Hello and welcome back to the layout. Progress has been slow but steady. As you can see, a lot of track is now in place. Here's the industrial area of my layout, which will feature in upcoming videos. In this video, I'm going to show you how I super elevated this outer curve here. Also worth mentioning, I have this double crossover laid and wired, and I'm going to start working on the B&O interchange shortly, along with this B&O main line. The first thing I do is mark where I want the outer edge of my track to be. I do this for the straight section and the curve. Here I'm using a ribbon rail to get the 30 degrees that I want for this curve. These ribbon rail gauges have been an essential tool for the construction of this layout. Once the curves are marked, I pull the track away and get ready to start super elevating. I'm going to create the elevation using masking tape. I've seen a lot of people using this method, and I found it very easy and quick to get right. So to do this, you apply the tape in layers. The first layer stretches from before the curve even starts and after it ends. This is to create a gradual rise to the elevated grade through the curve. I believe I had about 5 layers of tape at its thickest. Depending on how you want your elevation, you may use more or less. Each subsequent section is a little shorter. Here I lay down the curve just to test it out, see if it's as elevated as I want it to be. After looking at it, I decided I need another layer or two. That's much better. I'm going for a pretty mild curve since this curve is not too long, but I still wanted to get a noticeable effect. You can make out the curve here a little bit. It's more visible in person, but I think it's pretty realistic. I think sometimes people overdo these curves. After I'm happy, I paint it. It's worth noting that the paint does add a little bit of height, so make sure you account for that. Here I'm checking to make sure everything is straight and looks good before I tack it down. Right now I'm holding track in place using these T-pins. Eventually I will glue the track down, but as I'm laying everything out, this is what I decided to do. Here I'm using the ribbon rail again. If you don't have a set of these in your building layout, I implore you to pick them up. They are great. Here I'm trimming off the ends of the track along the curve. It's worth noting I use microengineering track, which is why it holds its shape. You may have to adjust your methods if you're using the more flexible Atlas and Pico straight track. Here I'm filing down the rail ends so I can get a snug fit on the rail joiner and the other piece of track. Here I am joining the track sections. I'd already laid the crossing, so this is a little bit finicky. Raising the track like this to join it is not necessarily the best practice. I would recommend doing something else. This is just what I had to do. And here you can see the effect. It is very mild, which is what I was going for, but I am very happy with it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for my next video.